It was Christmas Day, and Dr. Watson went to visit Sherlock Holmes. When Watson arrived, Holmes was looking at an old hat. Holmes explained. On Christmas Eve, his friend Peterson was walking home. He saw a robbery. In the fight, the victim dropped his Christmas goose and his hat. When Peterson arrived, all the men were running away. So he picked up the hat and the goose. Peterson brought them to Holmes. Holmes loved puzzles, so Peterson asked him to find the victim of the crime. Holmes told Peterson to go away and eat the goose. He started to study the hat. A few hours later, Peterson came back. He was very excited. While he was cooking dinner, he found a blue jewel inside the goose. He showed it to Holmes, who recognized the jewel immediately. It was the famous blue carbuncle. It was stolen from a countess who was a guest at the Hotel Cosmopolitan before Christmas. Holmes was curious. He put an advertisement in the newspapers to find the man who lost his goose and hat. Henry Baker answered the advertisement. Holmes gave him his hat and also a new goose because Peterson had eaten the first goose. Baker was happy to have any goose. So Holmes knew that he didn't know about the jewel. Holmes and Watson found the butcher who sold the goose. He was grumpy.
Everyone's bothering me about that goose. I sold the goose, and that's the end of it,
he said. While Holmes and Watson were walking away, a tall man arrived. The tall man was asking about the goose, and the butcher was shouting. Holmes spoke to the tall man, and he confessed everything. He used to work at the Hotel Cosmopolitan. He stole the jewel from a countess. Then he ran away. He was scared, and he hid the jewel in a goose. But then he lost the goose.
I'm sorry I stole the jewel,
said the tall man. Holmes listened, and then he told the man to go. Watson was surprised, but Holmes said,
It's Christmas. We can give the jewel back to the countess, so let's forgive the thief.